So what's the catch?
There is no catch.
Okay, I'm obviously getting nowhere with you. I'm gonna need to speak with a supervisor.
I am the supervisor.
For years, Lily from the AT&T ads has been more than just a familiar face. She's sparked endless rumors and speculation. Fans have been itching to know the truth behind the woman who's become a household name. Well, the wait is over. Lily has finally confirmed what we've all been suspecting, and the revelation is even juicier than anyone imagined. Get ready, because this truth is going to blow your mind. The rise of Lily. Before Milana Vaintrub was the internet's beloved Lily from AT&T, she had been carving out an acting career for herself, but you might not have known it. She actually began her career in the industry as a kid. Milana was born in Uzbekistan, but her family immigrated to the United States when she was only 2 years old, and she soon began getting small parts in television shows such as ER and Days of Our Lives. During her teenage, Milana's acting career really started booming through the internet. One of her most memorable shows was the web series called Let's Talk About Something More Interesting, which she developed with her friend Stevie Nelson. This was around 2010, when YouTube was still young, and it also gave her an opportunity to exhibit her inherent humorism. Milana also featured in other television shows such as Silicon Valley and House of Lies, where she featured in cameo roles. These projects were not very big, but they made her known, and the exposure she gained was enough before she landed her breakthrough. Milana's real turning point was in 2013 when she auditioned for AT&T. The company was looking for someone who could be silly, normal, and laid back, the kind of person you would like to sit down with and have a cup of coffee with. Milana was rather charming, and it was impossible to remain indifferent to her. She was able to inject some comedy into the character, which made her the ideal candidate to portray the friendly store employee, Lily Adams. Right from the first commercial she featured in, people were able to relate with her. It was not just about selling phones. She was counseling, joking, and generally making people at ease. What made Milana stand out from the rest in those auditions was the fact that she was able to find the middle ground. She wasn't too eccentric, but she wasn't too mainstream either. She was like a real person you could find at an AT&T store. That natural feeling made her an instant darling. Lily was not just portraying herself as a sales representative of cell phone plans, but she was more than that. She was very quickly transformed into the identity of AT&T, which is an identity that audiences could put their faith in. It is quite clear that Lily's appeal is based on portraying the concept of realism in the lives of women. She is assertive but not aggressive. She is jovial but not silly. Whether she's assisting a customer on what the next mobile phone should be or just cracking a joke, she feels like a friend. And that is the reason why people were able to relate to her. Lily is not some saleswoman who wants to sell products to the viewers. She is funny, easygoing, and, well, kind of a geek in the most endearing of ways. Audiences appreciated that aspect of her character. It was like watching a real person on the screen, not a saleswoman who wanted to make a sale. That's why she's been hanging around for so many years and has turned into such a recognizable figure. It is all about that combination of laughter, affection, and genuine personality that Milana introduced to the character on the first day. The rumors and speculation. Milana Vaintrub turned into an issue of discussion as Lily from AT&T gained popularity. The simple advertisements became more intriguing as the audience got to know more about the actress portraying the character. People who watched the advertisements wanted to learn more about Milana than just Lily, her identity, her daily life, and her relationships. She got more famous with each commercial that she was making. The clever, smart salesman was popular, but when someone becomes that famous, fans look deeper. Milana Vaintrub's identity was called into question on the internet. Where else has she been featured? Is she single? Speculation followed, as expected. It was not only her acting skills that people wanted to learn about, but her as a person as well. The first rumor was that Milana had left AT&T. People commented that she was not doing as many advertisements, and the internet, as always, made assumptions. Forum and social media users asked, Is Lily leaving AT&T? Some of them opined that she had other projects to attend to, while others believed that the firm hired another person to take her position. Lack of communication made everyone assume something was wrong, and this only aggravated the situation. Another issue that was of interest to the readers was Milana's private life. This is because the audience had associated her so much with Lily that the actor and the character were considered one and the same. Gossip about her love life, her relatives, and her preferences emerged. Was she married? Was she dating a celebrity? Milana did not want her personal life to be exposed to the public, but the fans continued to search and make up stories based on pictures and short conversations. Social media too. The internet amplifies rumors, and Milana was often mentioned in the social media. For every girl, her followers, skeptics, and bystanders expressed their views, theories, and critiques on Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram. Lily's fans posted memes, vids, and character appreciation. As it always happens, social media had its downside as well. Many assumptions, ogling, and harassment followed the support. As Milana's popularity increased, she received even more harassment on the internet. She was judged by her appearance, and these rumors were spread all over the internet. The harassment also brought into focus how female performers, especially famous ones, are dealt with in public domain. Milana has disclosed that she has had problems with attention that is negative in nature. In the interviews and on the social media, she has shared how the objectification and unwanted attention influenced her. Still, she tried to concentrate on work and advocacy, but the rife on social media made it impossible to avoid such rumors and assumptions. People began to question Milana's looks after she began directing and producing AT&T commercials. Lily was depicted from different perspectives, and some of the fans noted that her clothes were more decent. Naturally, online buzz increased. Explanations as to why the changes were made were developed. Was it her choice? ATT's? Was it to fight objectification? Milana said that she made the changes in response to lewd comments on the internet. Despite this, speculation persisted. There were even rumors that her activism was damaging her position. Some were even asking whether her activism for social justice will be a problem for her to work at AT&T. This was not true, but people attempted to correlate her activism to her employment by suggesting that her spirited personality may have limited her TV commercials for AT&T. Milana had a love-hate relationship with social media. It assisted her in interacting with the followers and in marketing her causes. It encouraged gossip and conjecture, most of which she could not prevent. Wherever she went, her personal life, Lily role, and advocacy were always in the story. Milana's personal struggles and activism. When Milana Vaintra became famous as Lily from AT&T commercials, she also learned about the negative aspects of it. Some fans appreciated her friendly and funny demeanor, but others took it to the extreme, including cyberbullying and sexualization. Milana received numerous improper comments, nasty memes, and sexualization on the forums and social networks. Ordinary curiosity regarding her life turned into a privacy violation. Some people began to discuss her appearance, share edited pictures, and make conclusions about her personality. She portrayed a friendly, easy-to-approach character like Lily, and this made some of them treat her as a mere piece of property. However, the women in the entertainment industry are objectified, and this was felt by Milana in a very intrusive manner due to her decent and professional personality. When people cropped her photos and videos inappropriately and in obscene manner, things became worse. The fact that she was unknown to the people online, they were able to deal with her as a persona, and not a real-life woman with feelings. Trolls were not respecting her privacy and continued to bully her. As a result of such objectification, people went on to criticize her advertising, making obscene body remarks and wondering why she had changed her looks. Milana did not remain silent, but she spoke. She publicly accused her harasser for several years in 2020. It was on Instagram that she posted her frustrations and sorrows about objectification. She posted a very emotional video where she described how difficult it was for her to cope with the daily stream of rude comments and pleaded her fans to embrace her as a person. This was especially so because of the kind of reception women receive when they come out to stand against harassment. Milana did not allow the trolls to dictate that for her. Instead, she addressed the problem, speaking about the hardships that people in the public sphere go through and cyberbullying. Her statements were inspiring and moved many people, especially women who had gone through similar experiences. Her fans applauded her for being able to speak out and open up. Milana also said that she was happy to play the role of Lily, but she will not let that role to dictate how people treat her, or even mistreat her. Some of the worst harassment was corrected in changes to her AT&T commercials. She also came up with other ads that depicted Lily as more modest, and these other ads featured her face and lips rather than her figure. Despite the fact that it was very small, it was done deliberately. Milana wanted to prove that she was not there for that purpose, and that helped her to gain her image and power back. Milana Vaintrub has been a humanitarian activist not only through Lily. She is concerned with the plight of refugees, and this is one of her most active causes. Milana has been concerned with refugee and human rights issues for a long time now. She fled Uzbekistan as a child. She was an immigrant, and that experience made her want to help others. In 2016, Milana was volunteering in Greece, helping refugees from the war-torn Syria. She started a social media campaign called Can't Do Nothing after the life-changing event, and to call on people to take action for refugees. Through this project, Milana informed people about the refugee issue and called for their support in the form of money, time, and voice for war refugees. However, because of her portrayal of the character Lily, Milana's advocacy was sometimes erased even though it was important. Many people knew her as the bright face of AT&T, but few knew her charity works. Milana was annoyed by this difference because she saw the advocacy work as more genuine than her acting gigs. Refugee work was part of her self and value system, and she considered it as her mission. Milana's activism is not limited to refugees only. She has advocated for women, the environment, and the Black community. She has been a voice for change and has been advocating for change at the structural level, especially for the oppressed groups. Still, one can notice that her passion to these causes is much more pronounced even if her acting career gets more attention. Milana has stated in interviews that she has to do good with what she has. She understands the benefits of stardom and applies it to change the world. Milana raises awareness through charity, social media, and sharing other people's stories. Milana's activism is rather inspiring because it is not fake, and she is doing it because of her beliefs and what she has witnessed. She sacrifices her reputation to fight for what she believes in, despite the fact that she could have continued with acting as her career. Lily fans may not have seen this side of her before she became an activist. Milana is an opinionated woman who will not shy off expressing herself and fighting for what she believes in, while Lily is a friendly, polite face of the brand. Milana has both actress and activist in her, but her main goal is to make the world a better place. The turning point. Lily's character changes. When Milana Vaintrub became more popular and the harassment began, the representation of the character Lily in AT&T commercials changed. There were small but significant alterations that were made by AT&T in collaboration with Milana that assisted her to escape objectification. People began to notice that Lily is dressing more modest, and most of the recent commercials were taken with focus on her face. All these changes were not random, but were as a result of Milana's need to maintain her privacy and the support the brand was providing her to fight the unwanted attention. Milana was also involved more and more in the process of shooting and became the director and producer of many of the AT&T commercials. This meant that she could have more control on how Lily was depicted and that the character was represented in a manner that she thought was fit. Of course, it is quite natural that the new responsibilities came into Milana's way because of her comedy, acting, and writing skills. It was also helpful for the creation of the main character, Lily, as it kept her funny and relatable while also respecting Milana's boundaries. These changes to the character of Lily were not overlooked, and fans had mixed feelings to such changes. The majority of the viewers appreciated Milana for standing up against harassment and welcomed her more off-screen appearances, but some of them did not get why she slimmed down. Some of the people complained that they rarely saw her on television, not knowing that she was facing some hardships. But a large number of her fans supported her decision and expressed their gratitude to AT&T for being concerned about Milana's health. Last but not least, the changes in the character and commercials. Lily is the key point for Milana and all the women in media to take control over their portrayal. Milana's creative participation and activism made it possible for people to see that she was not only the AT&T girl, but also a creative professional who is in charge of her career. The big reveal, what we all suspected. It was quite expected that Milana Vaintrub would come out in the open and respond to the rumors that have been circulating around her for years. In the interview, she confirmed most of the gossips about her personal life and her struggles in the career. Milana then went on to narrate her encounter of the ordeal and agreed that the harassment as well as the objectification had an impact on her. She said that there is some truth in the rumors that she left AT&T because she had to avoid the public eye because of the staking. Moreover, Milana said that the activism and advocacy were a part of her life now. However, she was overshadowed by her character, Lily. Milana also had the same opinion on the fact that it was beneficial as well as detrimental to be typecast as Lily. She enjoyed the achievements associated with the position and the visibility associated with it, but it was as if she was being viewed in a single dimension. It was rather annoying and demoralizing to see her being objectified and reduced to her looks, instead of her singing or fighting for women's rights. She explained how much pressure it is to live in such a spotlight and how it impacted her emotionally. Milana said she wants to be appreciated for something more than those commercials and for her abilities and passions to be appreciated. This moment can be considered as the turning point in the Milana's life as she got the big reveal at last. Lastly, she shared her future plans and then she stated that she would not be doing the AT&T ads anymore. She also discussed the changes and the newfound interest in activism, especially the case of refugees and other humanitarian causes. She proposed new roles in acting and directing that she would like to embrace and which will help her to transform. The reveal was a new age in her career, an age she wanted to be more of an expression of who she was and what she wanted to be. Reflecting on Milana's journey, Lily was also created and transformed based on the growth of Milana both in her personal life and career. Initially, Lily was an optimistic, absurd, and sexually suggestive saleswoman. Then, her character is closer to Milana's desire for a middle degree of representation. The change of the character of Lily depicted the change in Milana from a TV advertisement icon to an artist and a social reformist. While Milana was trying to come to terms with the newfound fame, Lily's role was altered to her liking and her moral code, portraying a character that was very much like the viewers could identify with, but also to spare Milana's privacy. This was one of the major aspects that were depicted in Milana's story, where the conflict was between the fake life and the real life. While the audience liked to see Lily as a happy-go-lucky and humorous face of the brand, Milana had her own #MeToo moment and was typecasted. It was not easy to tread on this line because while Milana was trying to avoid exposing herself, she ended up being exposed. She tried to preserve the facade and the real self, which showed the trials of celebrity and the ability to stay true to oneself despite the challenges. From Milana's story, the audience gets a glimpse of the worst side of fame, especially for women in the entertainment industry. Such concerns make it necessary to have even more appreciation for celebrities and other personalities in the society. The positive impact of the show can be the messages of hope and true self by Milana's decision to fight for the causes she believes in, and her ability to share her own issues with the audience. Her story is about the struggle between the work in Hollywood and personal beliefs, and is a plea for help for people in this matter. Thanks for watching. Lily from ATT has finally confirmed what we suspected. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to click on the video popping up on your screen and make sure to like and subscribe.